Okay, I'm in shape, I promise. It's that glorious time of year again, homecoming. It actually already happened last night, but what did happen that was more interesting than the actual dance itself was the homecoming skit. If you've not been watching me for that long, you don't know this, but my school does homecoming skits on homecoming. For what reason? Who knows? But they're always really lame and dumb. And last year I made a video of me making fun of it because it was my first one. And I was like, you know what? The internet needs to hear about this ridiculousness, and you need to hear about it again this year because, oh boy, it was bad. This year was different because I actually got to sit with a couple of my friends. Last year, I had to sit with strangers. There's always a theme, and last year's theme was Olympics. This year's theme was VMAs. I started out with like a couple of girls sitting on beanbags, and they said something. No one knows what they said because the microphones didn't really work, and since it's student council and not like drama kids, they didn't really know how to project or anything, so no one could hear what they were saying. So they said something, and there was a screen that was all like fuzzy and no one knew what was going to happen, and then they were like, let's watch the VMAs, and then it started. They had a guy and a girl come out, and they were supposed to be Ryan Seacrest and Julianne Hough, but neither of those people hosted the VMAs, so I was already really confused. And I already hate the real Ryan Seacrest, so why would I want to watch one of my peers try to be him? So I was just already irked from the beginning, and I was like, I don't want to watch the rest of this already, I can tell. So they did their dumb banter, like, here are all the stars, and there was a girl that was supposed to be Miley Cyrus, dressed in all white. She had a bear backpack, pigtails, she went all out. There was Taylor Swift, blue dress, girl with long blonde hair, she fit the part. There was a person who was playing 2 Chainz, which I don't really know who 2 Chainz is, so I was just like, whatever. Then there was a kid that came out that was supposed to be Macklemore, and he looked so much like Macklemore it almost scared me a little bit. I didn't even know that he existed, but it was kind of scary. He came out in like a fur coat with a girl on his arm, and then something that I actually thought was really funny, he was pushing a shopping cart with someone in it, like in the music video, I guess. It made me chuckle, I'm not gonna lie. I probably will not tell you everything that happened because the whole thing was a blur, but I'm just gonna tell you the things I remember. After that, they had a performance by Rihanna. Rihanna didn't even perform at this year's VMAs, so I was confused. Also, they did Umbrella. That song came out in like, what, 07, 08? It's 2013. That song is not relevant anymore, but a bunch of girls wearing all black had umbrellas and they danced with them promiscuously. Not that promiscuously, but it was enough that it made me puke in my mouth a little bit, so whatever. It happened. Probably the worst part was when they took a commercial break. They did a play off of the Hump Day commercial. Basically, they showed a clip from it and they showed the camel going, Hump Day. Then 5 of the bigger football players, 2 of them I know personally because they go to church with me, came out on stage, took off their shirts, and danced to My Humps by Fergie. And that's when the real puking kind of began. What? Why? They did this last year too, but it was different because I knew 2 of them, and they did the weirdest dancing, and I am just scarred. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to look at the 2 of them again. No, I'm having flashbacks. It just made me feel really uncomfortable. Like, I guess it was funny to an extent, but you just kind of get sick of that kind of stuff. It's just like, really? Is that the only form of comedy you know? To have, like, people take clothing off and dance weird? Because that seems to be a theme that happens every year, and I don't understand. So after the commercial break, they went back to the VMAs, and Ryan Seacrest was still there, and they gave away an award, and they did the whole Taylor Swift getting the award, calling out Harry Styles thing. What happened was she got an award, and she was like, he knows who he is, or whatever she said. Then they had a kid who did not look like Harry Styles at all. They could have at least tried. Come on, guys. He just walked by. He said something. Lord knows what he said, because no one could hear a freaking thing. Then, like, after he walked away, they had a girl run screaming on stage after him because you can't have One Direction without screaming people, so whatever. After that, they did like an NSYNC type of thing. 4 guys and like 1 girl with like a goatee drawn on. And they did a dance to It's Gonna Be Me, which is my favorite NSYNC song, so I was like singing along, looking like an idiot in the audience. They were all wearing white, and they danced, and they did a lot of cool acrobatic tricks actually. I was pretty impressed. There were some shirt ripping off things that happened. They weren't as bad because the guys are actually in shape, but I still don't want to see your body. That's pretty much all I remember. In between scenes, they had the top 6 couples walk, and they gave descriptions of different clubs they were in. It was really great to hear how social these people were. Once again, the girls came out in sparkly dresses that I thought from the reflection of the light were gonna laser beam my eyes out, but you know, didn't happen. Almost did, but it did not happen. The only person that wasn't wearing a sparkly dress was my best friend's sister. She was in the top 6, and she actually wore a really cute dress. It was like a really pretty like coral color, and it just looked really cute on her, and it didn't have any sparkle. If it did, it wasn't like impale your eyes with laser sparkle. It was like, oh, that looks really nice, sparkle. And she didn't win Homecoming Queen, which I was like, what? She had the prettiest dress. And I'm all about aesthetics, so I think the person with the prettiest dress should win. Needless to say, it was not the best homecoming skit. I honestly thought that last year's skit was better because it had an actual theme. Even though there was clothes pulling off and stuff, I felt like it was a little more constructive, and it wasn't just like, let's all take our clothes off and dance because we're acting like dumb celebrities. Although it did depict the VMAs very well, because the VMAs was just like one big high school reunion, and all the celebrities are just big high schoolers that are not very cool, and they're very immature. But every once in a while, the cool kids come out and present an award to the populars. That was a reference to when Vampire Weekend gave One Direction that award. Remember that? That was like the best part of the VMAs. Anyway, that was my homecoming experience. I did not go to the dance because I have no desire to go whatsoever. Also, I didn't get asked, so I don't need no man. I have Netflix. Okay, that's it. That's the end. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Sitting up straight hurts my back. I feel like that's a warning sign.